peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us again. My name is Miriam Gutu, and the show is The People's Court, and we're back with a topic that we had started earlier there in regards to, we've seen the political activities continue even as the threat by COVID-19 looms in the country, and some political leaders have been criticized for irresponsible behavior and hosting mass public gatherings amid the surge in COVID-19 infections, as some political leaders have failed to be exemplary and protect the lives of their supporters. And part of the responsibility leaders have is to make sure they protect the lives of those who support them and put them into leadership. But that has not been the case, as the conversation that we started here earlier on, what we saw happen there in West Pokot on Saturday, a public rally that was led by none other than Deputy President Dr. William Ruto. Never mind that the government he serves, that is part of, had put these measures banning public rallies to just ensure that Kenyans would keep safe. So helping me in this conversation, I'm joined by Douglas Kirimi from Meru County. Douglas, a very good morning to you. Douglas, good morning.
A very good morning to you, Miriam Ogutu, and also to my co-panelists.
All right, very well. And we are also joined by Jevan Karanja. Jevan, a very good morning to you.
Indeed, it's a very good morning here in these parts of country of Kenya, and a good morning to my friend Douglas Kirimi and able Professor Jared Onyari. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right, it's a pleasure to have you this morning. And we also do have Professor Jared Onyari. Professor, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Miriam, my fellow panelists, viewers, wherever they are, be it their morning, afternoon, or evening.
All right. And so now we know that COVID-19 is now wreaking havoc not only in Kisumu but also in the neighboring counties, forcing the government to tighten the containment measures in 13 counties, including having the curfew start at 7 p.m. instead of 10 p.m. And Deputy President William Ruto over the weekend addressed a huge gathering in West Pokot where social distancing and wearing of masks was not a priority. And of course, you've seen other political leaders also wanting to resume back a political rally. So what we shall be looking at this morning, what is more important, politics or the health of Kenyans? Douglas Kirimi.
Miriam, I'm very sad this morning.
When we look at what Deputy President William Ruto is doing to the people of Kenya, it is beyond a shock for me to see that William Ruto has now gone back to his former behavior of killing the people of Kenya. Remember last year we used to condemn him and speak bad about his behavior of spreading coronavirus in 2020. And William Ruto has repeated the same thing, and he doesn't care. He was vaccinated in Turkey, and also some people came to vaccinate him again. This man cannot get sick of coronavirus. Again, the poor people that cannot access the 20,000 or 30,000 or even fare tickets, the flight tickets to Turkey to be vaccinated like Dr. William Ruto, are continuing to die. They continue dying because William Ruto continues spreading coronavirus. Miriam, I complained about Meru. Meru was crossed, county and quotas were crossed because William Ruto was in Meru for over 3 weeks doing rallies. And in every county that William Ruto goes now, West Pokot, those people are very reserved. Coronavirus has been taken to West Pokot. And we need Miriam to be very cautious when we speak about Dr. William Ruto, because people don't see the hypocrisy by Dr. William Ruto. All the corona super spreaders that he was holding last year across the country. So many poor people died. I keep asking myself questions. How many poor people have a voice and have a TV that can speak for them and say that poor people are dying? There is no television that can speak that except Punchline Africa television, Miriam. Nobody can caution Dr. William Ruto without being found to be, without trying to sound politically correct and trying to bring him to order. This is a man that has been killing people. Last year, we restrained him and sent him to his current home, where he continued taking pastors for breakfast and all that. But Miriam, we need to also examine this in a minute. Why is Dr. William Ruto concerned in killing poor people and he cannot meet other leaders who can be able to afford this medicine? Remember, when he was in Nyeri, Miriam, the mother to Naivasha MP Jane Keara died, and she was announced in every major television, and he went for the burial and all that. But how many poor people in Meru died in those corona super spreaders meetings? How many people died in West Pokot for William Ruto to go into their own burials, Miriam? We need to stop this, and government should restrain William Ruto. Who is William Ruto to continue killing the poor people of this country? Who are going to vote for him, Miriam? The pain in my heart is very strong.
All right.
The people should stop massaging the ego of Dr. William Ruto in the name of voting for him as a president. When we die, all of us as a country, the poor people in this country, who is going to vote for him to become president? He should be stopped or be impeached as a deputy president and be kicked out of Jubilee Party, Miriam, because we are giving him too much leeway to continue killing the poor people in this nation, Miriam.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Douglas Kirimi, and we're also joined by Dr. David Matsananga. Dr. when I look at those images that are playing right now on the screen of that rally that Deputy President had in West Pokot, as a Kenyan, I'm really saddened because we don't know how many people out of that meeting will contract COVID-19. Deputy President William Ruto remaining defiant and going against the ban that has been put in place by the government that he serves in. What does this say?
Miriam, to be very frank, not only Ruto, all politicians in Kenya must stop this. Politics has killed Magufuli. Politics has created Uganda. Look, President Museveni started very well. He was very clear on protocols of COVID-19. The whole world applauded, including us, who usually call him names. I never called him a name again because my mother of 90 years was restricted. She remained with the previous diseases, but not COVID-19, because she started observing them, the protocols. But when they called a political rally, when they said politics, we are going to vote in February, the product we are receiving now, incubation period has actually matured. We have now, Uganda is overwhelmed. No cylinders. Soon we shall have no oxygen itself. Hospitals are overwhelmed. We have a problem. So COVID kills. And the borders, you look at all these politicians, right from Musalia, Kalonzo, His Excellency, the Right Honorable Minister, Prime Minister, they should avoid for some time. This politics is not running away, Miriam, but death kills, and the people run away. People will disappear. Who will vote for you? Who will vote for you in 2022? So when the president maybe arrives in the country, let him assess this situation and stringently. Yesterday, I watched the church. There are churches here that are full, Professor Nyali. There are churches that are full. They have even made their own. The good thing is the church that I watched yesterday, they had masks. And the bishop or the church has made uniform masks in red. I think you saw it also on Citizen. That church had masks. Thank you very much, Pastor. And the bishop, I want to thank you. The place might have been crowded, But I think you did very well with masks on. Let's observe those type of things. Miriam, the most expensive thing that you can have is that thing, air, to enter your lungs. You can play with it. You can now, Ruto is talking because he is vaccinated. He has extra immune system. So he can go around. But the rest of the people in Pokot, in where he lives, we have not even, it is only China that has vaccinated 1 billion and 1.10 billion people out of 2.5. It is only Britain that has vaccinated all the vulnerable people like Mathanga, above 60, above 50, above, now it has gone down. They are now calling 18, 20, come, go. But the people who can collapse any time in Britain at the moment, all of them are vaccinated. So such a country can say, we can hold a political rally. What is politics? Politics, you don't eat it. Politics does not give you medicine there and then. Politics helps policies to grow, but the policies don't stop a disease from entering your body. Therefore, this topic, what is more important is health conditions of a nation. An unhealthy nation does not produce economically. Medium. There is no question a healthy person, an unhealthy person producing crops. It is not there. So let's condemn the deputy himself is part of the government. If he's not part of the government, Jamen atoke ndio afanye rally hiyo wamshike. He will be in jail every day. Wanacheza na sheria ya Kenya. Our policemen are just respecting you because you have this title. Am I wrong, Onyari? Police here respect you because you have a title. But once they know you have been demoted, you are no longer mheshimiwa. They will howl you in the prison every minute. Hata ule anakuja ule local police, ule ya local, what is he called? Administration police na miguu na slipa anasema twende. And they are here. They are ready to pounce. So I am just calling, like I've just been on another show media. The same questions were coming up. Why are we killing people? People are going to get this thing. We shall have the whole country under lock. We shall have a problem. I submit, therefore, politics is not important. For now, the country should close politics until the end of the year. Concentrate on how best we can prepare for the next wave, the next variant, which is arriving. We are hearing that there is another one which is more sophisticated in India on the way. It has become like a monsoon and a hurricane Katarina. Unasikia inakuja, hiyo inakuja. Sasa tumesikia ingine Onyali, it is on the way, Miriam. So look, God has said we must have an end of this situation. But God, as you know, did not have a prophet when he was sending a message. He sends it directly. I think some of these people who are preaching and among people, that thing has not hit any of them near. But one day, you know, God has a way of showing you. when it takes the nearest, the one of your, one of the relative very close to you, is when you can start saying, God, why did you do this to me? So I appeal to the leaders, especially those in the government and who are heads of parties, if they could stop this business of politics. And I think the law must be enforced. I was told that the whole Nakuru Malaba Road was full. So why is Malaba Road full when there's a lockdown in Bungoma? A friend of mine came from Bungoma this morning. He was not even stopped. He was not even asked where he was going. He has just called me and said, come and pit your matoke. Then I asked him, how did you pass? He said, he just passed. I told them I was in Eldoret. He has just called me to pick again Ndizi, which he brought from the border. It's very near my home. So he bought me Ndizi and onions. So I asked him, how did you pass? You are not supposed to come this way until 40, how many days? I think next month. He said, I've just come, I passed. So look at how the disease moves. So even that matoke, I'm going to spray very highly, you know. So Miriam, I submit. It is, politics is not important. The health conditions of a human being, of a society, of citizens is paramount. I rest my case.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor. Professor, last year we saw the heightened political activities that really contributed to, became the super spreaders of COVID-19 in the country. Did our leaders learn anything, our political leaders, from that? And what can they do now to ensure that Kenyans' lives are protected?
Thank you, Miriam. Kenya is a society where we behave like the animals of the animals in the farm, where others are more equal than others. I saw yesterday the police literally going to church, whisking people from the church, Miriam.
I saw that too.
You saw that? That's good. This is a country, Miriam, where I walk around and see people going to the bars and they're drinking. And even in any event, the people who go to church, Miriam, to pray, if they can be given that opportunity, perhaps God can hear our prayers and answer. That is not the point I'm trying to say. If people can be whisked from the church, Miriam, why can't the police just watch the deputy president and other politicians, as Dr. Masanga has put it, addressing people with immunity, Miriam, without even wearing the masks? We have laws for other citizens and others for other citizens. If we go that approach, Miriam, it will be a very dangerous research. I did say in the morning show, and I want to reiterate, there should be no body who should be above the law. Even what happened in Kisumu, Miriam, you know very well, I was not for it. Because now this is where the situation comes here and say, if the president and the prime minister are doing this one, why are they stopping me? You can hear that kind of nonsense, Miriam. These are not things, Miriam, which are made by the government of Kenya. This is World Health Organization standards, Miriam. See what happened in Tanzania, Miriam. See how it has taken too long. It has costed too much for the current president, Miriam, to correct and saying that, Miriam, you are not safe until I'm safe, Miriam. That's what everybody should know, Miriam. With this vaccination, Miriam, we cannot be able to vaccinate. You see China with 1.2 million, and Miriam, now I can see the connection. I can see the connection, and you cannot remove me from the conspiracy theory I'm thinking about. This COVID-19 is not a natural act of God. It might have been manufactured elsewhere, Miriam. You see how it is coming in phases, Miriam. Phase 1 is like this one is this, and Dr. Masanga is saying there's another one coming on the way, Miriam. And our readers are not watching like this.
Yeah, good morning. I think tomorrow I'll call you now.
Dr. Mute. All right, we apologize. We apologize for that. Doctor is variably, he does not know that. I think he thought he muted his device there. So we apologize for that.
And our readers, we are entering into our traps, Miriam. You have heard the deputy president has gotten this Russian vaccine. He has gone to Turkey and taken the second vaccination, the second jab, Miriam. Does he not care for these people, the people of this country, Miriam? Miriam, even if you have vaccinated yourself, and if you make people to get this thing and it kills them, Miriam, who is going to vote you? And Miriam, I am a very fearful man, Miriam, if you have never realized this. Miriam, even if we can have 10,000 people in this country, Miriam, with COVID, Miriam, we don't have ventilation, Miriam, and ICU beds, Miriam. They will just die like that, Miriam. You have had some countries like Uganda, Miriam, they have got oxygen, they don't have the cylinder, Miriam. You want to tell me our leaders don't do comparative analysis on what's happening in another country, Miriam? Why do you want to endanger the people of this country, Miriam? Why are you talking the 2022, Miriam, which you don't know whether we shall be there? Whether the world will be there, Miriam? How I pray that, Miriam, that we should come together. And you always say that let us not leave anyone behind. We are not going to leave our leaders behind, Miriam, so that they endanger the people of this country. And then the law enforcers of this country, including the president, the deputy president, Miriam, if he's breaking the law, what do? You just watch him simply because he's a president, Miriam? Under the international, Miriam, you know that our president or deputy president will be issued, will be charged in a court of law if he violates international law. So Miriam going to have these rallies the way they are trying to go, Miriam, endangering the people, they are breaking the law, Miriam, which we can successfully file a case in the National Criminal Court and they will be charged, Miriam. That is a crime against humanity, Miriam. You know, this is the pandemic. People are not vaccinated. They are not protected, Miriam, and you call them to a meeting, Miriam. That is how serious it is. When you will see privately people preparing cases, and Miriam, we charge these leaders in the international court, Miriam. Let nobody think that we are being malicious, Miriam. Let them know that the world will not watch to endanger Kenyans as if you are having that immunity, Miriam. The immunity can be just be removed. I submit, and we shall just find you in around Turkey, Miriam, and we have you arrested, and we detain you in the egg. If you cannot be able to exercise caution, and Miriam, and thank you.
All right, Professor. I don't know if there's a particular reason we'll get them from Turkey. I'm not sure. Chairman Karanja, a lot of these leaders who are now up there leading these political campaigns, which are banned as far as we are concerned, and the government is concerned in the country, political activities were banned, any rallies were banned. They have been vaccinated, I believe, but a majority of these Kenyans that attend these rallies, they are not. On the part of the leaders who are doing these things, are they not being very, very selfish and careless at the same time?
Miriam, our leaders have been selfish and careless for a very long time. It's not just because of COVID-19 that they are displaying their ignorance and selfishness and greedy nature in public. Miriam, when we have given them a chance to lead and to take this country to the prosperity path, they end up engaging in scandals and corruption-related scandals, and they end up milking this country dry. These people are greedy, they are selfish. That is why you see our politicians, even without the slightest regard to COVID protocols, holding political rallies, gathering crowds and masses around them and addressing them without even masks or washing of their hands. Therefore, this is so bad. And I think this country, Miriam, we have a problem, especially when it comes to the enforcement of the law. It is done selectively. It's like we have a law for the poor, we have the law for the rich. You know, even you wonder, you fail to understand what type of a country are we in? Because if it was any other person, Miriam, I saw one of TSP, and he was aghast and he was chased away. And Miriam, the best thing with that meeting, at least, it was done in a hotel, in a room, Miriam, where people, at least they observed social distance and they were on their mask. And Miriam, last weekend, the deputy president was in West Pokot. And Miriam, you know, the state in this country, in that county, apart from being female sickened by famine and hot weather and drought, Miriam, and flooding, this country, the health state, the state of the health facility in this county is deplorable. Therefore, if the guys happens to get COVID-19, as it happened in other counties like Nairobi, it will be hell. The hell will break loose. Therefore, I don't understand what our police are doing. I don't understand why they apply the law selectively. It's as if we have the lawmakers and we have those who are above the law and we have those to follow the law. And Miriam, it's so unfortunate. And I think the police officers should be held accountable for this. We cannot go on paying our police officers, the IG, and they're sleeping on their job, Miriam. Look at what is happening. Look at what's happening in Kiamba, parliamentary campaigns, Miriam. Some guys are trying to observe the COVID protocols, but we have other notorious guys who are holding political rallies, gathering masses without mask, without everything. They're just dancing to some Mugithi tunes. Miriam, when this COVID will strike, even these guys who are seeking these votes, they might be casualties. Therefore, we need to understand. And the most funny thing with these guys, the likes of the deputy president, they are vaccinated, and Miriam, they have the immunity, and they go to these places where we have I don't know the number of people who have been vaccinated in West Pokot, and he is there holding these political rallies. Therefore, I think in this country, something needs to be done so that the law can be enforced without looking back. And it's not only for the deputy president. I think we have a problem with our political elites who are taking Kenyans for granted, who are taking Kenyans for a ride. Instead of delivering on their mandate, they are busy campaigning and they are in office. These kind of characters, these kind of behaviors must come to an end. And it's upon us Kenyans also. We need to raise the alarm. We need to come out from our cocoons and our comfort zones and call out this hypocrisy in the leaders, shame them, so that maybe they can behave. If they can call for a meeting, Miriam, and the Kenyans fail to attend, Kenyans fail to show up, they will disappear. Next time they will not hold these political rallies. Therefore, the politicians, as Kenyans, we are on the same WhatsApp group of people who don't care. We are very careless, indisciplined, and that is the character of most of Kenyans. We don't mind because we feel like this disease will get us as a group. But we forget, if you get this disease, when you'll be struggling to get oxygen, Miriam, in the ICU bed, you'll be at individual level. You'll be on your own. These politicians will disappear. Therefore, it's upon us Kenyans to come on board and start pushing for an agenda where all of us will start behaving and condemning these leaders, because COVID-19 is not a respect of politicians, is not a respect of man or any status. It will come and
very well.
It will strike you and you'll be gone, and Kenyans will forget you and continue with their business. Therefore, it is high time that the law is enforced and our politicians hold their horses. We are still here at Miriam, and they should learn from what has happened in Uganda. They went for this election, now they are crying. The number of guys who are dying per day, because the media there is quite suffocated. The number of people who are dying, Miriam, is big. Miriam, if it calls for a postponement of 2022 general election for the safety of Kenyans, Miriam, let it be. If that is the route that our politicians want to take us, let it be. Look at what is happening in Western Kenya. Guys are crying because of these politicians. What for? We need to chase them away, or we postpone this election until we are safe and until we are out of wounds.
All right.
Thank you. I submit.
Thank you so much. And I do have a friend of mine who is working there in Uganda, and she's telling me even what the government is announcing is not the true reflection of the figures of COVID-19. A lot of people have been affected, and a lot of deaths are being experienced there in Uganda. And the same thing in Western Kenya, especially in Nyanza. The figures there have gone very, very up significantly. So I think out of this conversation, two things I think I've noted there from the conversations we're having. And one is the selective way we've seen the law enforcers enforce and implement these measures that were put in place. As there's a story here on Daily Nation, just a bit of it down there. Residents flout rules as COVID-19 toll rises. Dozens, including 6 police officers, have been arrested for flouting COVID-19 containment measures in 13 counties in Western and Nyanza. So they've arrested even police officers who are part of the people who are flouting these containment measures. And on the other side of the conversation we've been having, another point is what's wrong with us Kenyans? Do we not have enough information for us to know that we should not be attending these rallies, for us to know that we need to keep social distance, and for us to be safe? I know the government can put these containment measures in place. Where is the disconnect that Kenyans don't understand that we also have a role to ensure we are safe ourselves? Douglas Kirimi, and speak on the double standards of how some of these rules are being implemented.
Miriam, as I speak about the super spreader himself, Dr. William Ruto, aren't you seeing the disconnect between what Dr. William Ruto is doing to the people of Kenya and what Dr. William Ruto is doing to the world? For starters, President Uhuru Kenyatta has been attending international meetings, including one with Joe Biden, using Zoom and Skype. And those meetings have been said to be very successful. IGAD meetings and all meetings have been done from State House, and President Kenyatta has gone home with an assurance of that these meetings are very successful. Dr. William Ruto himself has been meeting the diaspora, people in Americas, the Americas at large, the Europe at large, the Asia at large, and also Australia, all over the world. He has been meeting them over Zoom, Skype, and other medium that he could be able to marshal and get his message out there. What stops Dr. William Ruto using the millions of shillings that he is flying with choppers to West Pokot from hiring a space in national television and speaking directly to the people in West Pokot? The money that he wants to donate, because he does not exceed 1 million, why does he not send 1 million through a bank account? Then Dr. William Ruto speaks to the people through radio and television. It also creates more jobs and sustains more people amidst COVID-19. These people in West Pokot, if they don't have a television in West Pokot, they can have a radio. They can hear what Dr. William Ruto spoke to a particular specific group of people in that area. The same Dr. William Ruto speaks to the people at Americas at large and also speaks to them through the headquarters of UDA in the USA. But the same Dr. William Ruto, Miriam, cannot speak to the people in West Pokot. He wants to kill the poor people. He wants to sacrifice the poor people so that he can go and be seen on the ground that he is speaking to the people. But we have not seen William Ruto flying to the USA, where there is a scourge of COVID-19, fearing to endanger his life. We have not seen William Ruto speak to through Kimeru radio stations and TV stations for the Meru people to be able to hear his message. But he can speak to the diaspora and they trust that his message has been received and these people are going to vote for him or either finance his campaigns. Why the disconnect when you are dealing with the poor people that are voters in this country? But when you're dealing with other dignitaries, you're not telling other people at Americas at large or Europe at large or Asia at large, I want to fly there and come and see you in person. Oh, my people in America, if I don't see you, if I don't shake your hands, you're not going to vote for me. Miriam, it is about time Dr. William Ruto created jobs for the people of Kenya. If he's that rich, that he can be flying over 5 choppers to West Pokot so that he can go and meet these people. That money can be copied together and also be brought to media stations in Kenya, TV and radio stations, and even online platforms. People like Jarango can stream live his messages from Karen so that we can save the people of Kenya and create jobs for the people of Kenya. This is a man that says he wants to create opportunities for the people of Kenya. But these opportunities that he's talking about is an opportunity to kill people, Miriam. William Ruto holds the record of the man who held most of the most well-attended and many COVID-19 super spreader meetings in 2020. That same man does not want to apply technology to speak to the people of Kenya. This is an hybrid political conman, an economic conman who continues conning the people of Kenya, even emotionally, telling them he wants to come and shake their hands and see how they are doing. Why can't he speak to television? KBC says, when the law says that a state broadcaster can give you space when elections are near, why can't you wait to speak through KBC to the people of West Pokot when elections are near, Miriam? If he can't afford to be able to pay for media time. So, Miriam, my point is, at the end of the day, the health of the people of Kenya should be a priority. For people like Dr. William Ruto, please stop killing the people of Kenya because he is sacrificing the people who are going to vote for him. When we all die and he is left with his wife, can he become president? He cannot become president, Miriam. Right. Even that 51 plus 1%, according to the law, will not be possible when people of Kenya die. Right. So, Miriam, my point is Dr. William Ruto continues killing the people of Kenya with reckless abandon, and he should be stopped by all means. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So you're saying perhaps he could use Zoom or something, or a radio. I mean, pengine hustlers hawana Zoom na hawana radio. Sasa naona lazima ende huko. Doctor, Kenyans have to understand they also do have a responsibility to ensure that they're safe. Prof.
Yeah, it is true, Miriam. Again, that nobody forces these people to go out. That's point number one. And perhaps, Miriam, we have not done much of civic education to tell Kenyans that they should not come out for these campaigns, Miriam. In any event, Miriam, what the Deputy President is engaging himself, don't you agree with me that those are hard campaigns? Is he not doing a campaign honest?
It is.
And what does the law say if, Miriam, you involve yourself in law campaigns, Miriam? In other campaigns? You get disqualified, Miriam. In fact, I'm even telling some Kenyans, those who are activists, Miriam, who are supposed to be helping this country, Miriam, where are these people? Where are these people who normally go to court, Miriam, to get orders against the president? Why can't they go to court and stop the president from the deputy president from getting himself in other campaigns? So be it as it may, it is true that Kenyans should get themselves involved and get away from attending these political rallies, Miriam. Otherwise, with COVID-19, Miriam, they are on their own, and they will die, and their families will remain.
Okay. We have had a technical hitch there, an audio from Professor there. Tumepoteza as parts of the last information you're giving there, Professor. But thank you. Chairman Karanja, because when COVID started and some of these measures were put in place, Kenyans did not take it very seriously because they're saying, no, I've not had any person close to me suffer from COVID-19 or even die. So a lot of them were looking at it as a hoax or something not quite serious. But we've seen people die, people we know close to us, close to our loved ones and things like that. So we can't say that nobody knows about this COVID-19. People have this information. Why haven't Kenyans understood that they do also have a part to play to ensure they keep themselves safe? Where is the disconnect?
Thank you very much, Miriam. We know for a fact that COVID-19 is a killer disease, and Kenyans are privy to this information, even those in West Pokot. We are in digital era, Miriam, and these days when you go around our villages, you'll understand, even the interior, most parts, they have TVs, they have radios, therefore they know what is happening. They have smartphones, therefore they are privy to the information and what is there to do to protect themselves so that to avoid getting this, contracting this disease. But Miriam, the disconnect that we have, and that's why you find Kenyans going to this political gathering, I think will be traced back to 1964, when Mzee Jomo Kenyatta said that the main problem that we are facing as this country was poverty, disease, and ignorance, Miriam. The disease in place now is COVID-19 and other diseases. But poverty, Miriam, is a reason enough for a Kenyan to wake up and attend this meeting because they have been promised 500 or 1,000 bob. And the part of ignorance is we don't care. You say that, oh, this disease, people have been going to markets. Oh, since the start of this COVID-19, I have not had a friend or relative who have died from this COVID-19. The people in Nairobi are still doing their business. Or the people in other worlds, the other continents are still doing their business as usual. Therefore, this might be used. You know, there's this rhetoric that guys are using that maybe the government is using the COVID-19 as a way of keeping Kenyans at tow so that they can complete on their agenda, or these are used as to bar the deputy president from going around these campaigns. Therefore, when you look at this issue of ignorance and poverty, Miriam, they constitute to what makes Kenyans go and attend these political rallies, because we know for a fact our politicians are very tricky. They have ensured that most Kenyans are vulnerable, they don't have food, and they are poor, so that they can continue using them for their political mileage, so that they can continue using them as a stepping stone to get them to various positions or key positions in power. Therefore, unless, Miriam, we can work on the issue of poverty, we eradicate poverty, and we ensure that Kenyans have enough food and they have money in their pockets, that is the only time these Kenyans will start behaving and toe the line and maybe not attend this political gathering. If we can also deal with the issue of ignorance, and we ensure as a country and the government of the day, we have enough information in media, we need to fill our national televisions and our radio station like we did last year, 2020 on March. Everywhere you went, Miriam, it was about COVID-19 and how bad it is, Miriam. What went wrong? Nobody talks about COVID-19. Nowadays, Miriam, we don't even know whether Mutahi Kagwe, the CS for Health, makes the COVID-19 briefs. Therefore, Kenyans don't care. And this has been caused by the leaders of this country, by the politicians of this country, who have gone out there. They have acted as if there is no COVID-19, as if they are taking Kenyans for a ride. And Kenyans, Miriam, because of the setbacks caused by this disease, they will go out to look for something to eat. Therefore, something needs to be done so that Kenyans will stop misbehaving. But Miriam, the only person who can bring this country to order is the leadership of the day and the law enforcers. If a politician will be caught and arraigned in a court of law for breaking COVID protocols, Miriam, all Kenyans, all other politicians will toe the line and they will start behaving. Miriam, that is the direction that week. I submit.
Okay. Thank you so much. Moving forward, as we come to the tail end of this conversation. Thank you, Jevon Karanja. I think the issue of selective implementation of the law and the issue of double standard, I think, is the biggest contributor to the impunity we see a lot of political actors act in, flouting every law that has been put in place and every measure that has been put in place to ensure they are safe, and also Kenyans are safe. Can we talk about that, and can the government do something about that? Because even the government officials who are authorized that rally to happen in West Pokot and other areas that we've seen some political activities happen, those are the people that the law should start taking action on, Douglas, don't you think?
Miriam, what we are having is a country that is run
okay, bad connection.
I don't understand how I can phrase it, but I think it is use of rule of law. Yes, Miriam?
We had a problem there, but I can hear
this is a country that is led by use of rule of law, which is very effective. Because, Miriam, this affected by COVID-19 and other things, we continue entertaining these politicians to continue holding Kenyans at ransom. I have given a very good example. Why are they not speaking on national television? They can pay national TVs and radios to be able to speak to the people of Kenya. If your neighbor gets your message, he can be able to transfer the same message, the same way he's speaking to diaspora and others, the way the president is speaking to the world. We don't need to meet Kenyans in their poor households, in their poor neighborhoods, to continue spreading coronavirus, where we will go back to our hospitals, the best hospitals in the world, and go to our houses where we have oxygen cylinders in our houses. Miriam, a time has come for our leaders to reflect, for William Ruto to reflect, for others to reflect, and look at the lives of the people of Kenya. Look at what happened when Madaraka was held in Kisumu. The poor people are dying, Miriam. Poor people have no one to speak for them in this country. There is no one has taken the responsibility of speaking for the poor people among those top leaders who continue spreading coronavirus with reckless abandon. Miriam, I pity people who continue going to the rallies in this, for these people, and when you die, it is you that has died. When you die, it is your family that is going to bear a rose without a father or a mother or a brother or a sister. These leaders, their children are in safe places. Some of them are abroad, and these children never even appear to support their fathers in public. Miriam, who are you to go and support a politician who is seeking for a top office, and whereas he has a job and you don't have a job? It is a case of jobless people trying to promote people who have more jobs and more jobs and more money, Miriam. So at the end of the day, we need to get serious. The IG, the Inspector General of Police, he has the mandate to protect the lives and property of the people of Kenya. The Ministry of Interior has an infrastructure, has a machinery to protect the people of Kenya. They should not approve these meetings, Miriam. At the end of the day, why are they approving these meetings, these super spreaders meetings in this country, Miriam? We have so many mediums that politicians can use to speak and get to the people of Kenya. But what we are having today, we are being treated as if we have no Minister for Interior, no Permanent Secretary for Interior, and no machinery at all, no Inspector of General of Police. I've never heard Mutiambai condemn politicians for these super spreaders. I have heard many things about many Inspector Generals of Police across Africa during this corona period, but I have not heard IG Hilary Mutiambai use a press conference or a medium to communicate and say that he cannot tolerate these super spreaders meeting, Miriam. Because at the end of the day, it is the health of the people of Kenya that is important than politics itself, Miriam. I know that elections are next year, but we can, if coronavirus continues, Miriam, we cannot hold elections for someone to be elected, whereas half of our population will be wiped out. We can even suspend the law and take this country for the next 2 years until corona is wiped out. Then we can hold elections, as even we can build elections every month if they want to, if they can fund those elections, Miriam. Because at this point, these politicians are only concerned with the power and greed, more and more and more. They are not concerned about the health of the poor people in this country, Miriam. Look at the scenario in Kisumu, Miriam, as I conclude my point. The people of Kenya, poor people want to see the president. Nothing changed in their lives, Miriam. These poor people are dying. No oxygen cylinders, no nothing. We need to be very true to the president of the Republic of Kenya. When he went to Kisumu, so many people came out. The president would have addressed the people the way he does Madaraka Labor Day celebrations at the State House. And there is nothing that would have happened to the people of Kisumu, Miriam. All the people that William Ruto goes into their meetings, nobody knows William Ruto that they can reach out for medical help. Nobody can be sent to Dubai like William Ruto to go and receive COVID-19 jabs and also treatment, Miriam. We are looking at a very bleak future for this country if we continue the way we continue. If Hilary Mutiambai continues controlling the police force and the police commission the way he continues, Miriam, we are looking at a very bleak future for this country. Okay. The Minister for Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, we are looking at a very bleak future for the people of Kenya. The welfare and the good of the people of Kenya should come before the politics of William Ruto's of this world, should come before the politics of Raila Odinga's of this world. Raila will go, Kenya will remain. William Ruto will go, Kenya will remain. We had Kibaki, we had Jomo Kenyatta one, we had President Moi. All of them have gone from the scene. All these people, Miriam, will go, but this country, this beloved country, our motherland, will remain.
All right.
So we should be given a break as the people of Kenya. We need to breathe, Miriam. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You said we had Jomo Kenyatta one. I was waiting for you to mention Jomo, because the last I checked, Jomo Kenyatta 2 is still, I think, the son of President Kenyatta, and I don't think he's the president right now. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Professor. We are on our fourth wave of the COVID-19 in the country, and right now it's really ravaging some parts of the country, the western parts of the country, and the counties that have now been put under new restrictions there. These super spreaders, we have to stop them. There's no two ways about it.
That is true. That's true. Even in my other presentation, Miriam, I said this is a pandemic, Miriam, and it is manifesting its ugly faces in different faces, Miriam, and everyone, each other's face, Miriam, comes as if they are competing, saying that, oh, number one, you will never be smarter than number two, you can never be smarter than number 3, 4, and 5. So, Miriam, we are at war, invisible war, Miriam. Miriam, we cannot be fighting the enemy, and we find you are just spying for the enemy, Miriam. Miriam going to spy, we're going to the meetings, political gatherings, Miriam, and calling the people of Kenya coming this way, Miriam. That one is like being a spy and selling our intelligence to an enemy, Miriam. And if we find, Miriam, that you are giving out the information, Miriam, you are spying for an enemy, Miriam, you can be treated for treason, and Miriam, you can be killed. That is how serious it is. Miriam, what tells me now, Miriam, is that if someone has been vaccinated, Miriam, his immunity, Miriam, has been enhanced, Miriam. It doesn't mean that COVID will not attack him, Miriam, but if he happens to get the Miriam, his immunity, Miriam, can be able to raise those viruses, Miriam. Why can't these leaders, Miriam, if they love the people of Kenya, Miriam, not spend much of the time, Miriam, to ensure that Kenyans are vaccinated, Miriam? And even when go to an extra mile, Miriam, go even to Russia and get those vaccines and come and have your supporters being vaccinated, Miriam. Poor Kenyans. They should know that even the developed countries, Miriam, be it America, be it UK, be it another countries, be it China, Miriam, they have concentrated in vaccinating their people, Miriam. We are on our own as a country. And the people of Kenya, Miriam, should know that they are on their own. These politicians will come. You will come out of your house. You will get COVID. You will go to hospital. You will not get a ventilator. You will not get an ICU. And there you go. You don't see their sons or their wives coming for these public gatherings, Miriam. And the way Douglas has said, and even Chavan here is, Miriam, our founding fathers for the continent of Africa, and even Jomo Kenyatta, he was so much focused, Miriam, to say that we need to fight ignorance. It is because of our ignorance that some of our people are finding themselves into these political gatherings, Miriam. It is because of poverty, Miriam, that our people are finding themselves into this gathering, Miriam. Because someone can say, oh, the so-and-so is coming, the deputy president will be coming, Miriam, and you will only go for this meeting, even Miriam, to get even a pound, 20 shillings, so that you go for this gathering, Miriam. It is because of this kind of disease, Miriam, that people don't take it serious because they don't have this know-how, Miriam. So it is very unfortunate, Miriam, these leaders who know very well that people are vulnerable because of poverty and because of ignorance, and you want to make use of it as an advantage to sell your ideas, Miriam. You look someone trying to tell the people that the chairman Ghana, and you see that that is your interest, Miriam. This country must be gotten forward, Miriam. And I wish that we can have more forums, Miriam, to tell Kenyans, Miriam, this is not the time for campaigns. Campaigns is not, there's something strange in this country, Miriam. We complete an election, and Miriam, we campaign from the following day. And that's why sometimes, Miriam, I salute the Prime Minister. All the time he has divorced himself from the 2022 campaign, Miriam. 2022, second Tuesday, August will come and it will go. And the people of this country will remain. But let us not murder these people of this country. Let us not kill the people of this country simply because we are getting tasked to be the president of this country. I've always said, Miriam, yes, it is good to aspire, but aspire aspiring, you do not become. I submit.
Very well said. Professor Jared Onyari. Jevin Karanja, conclude for us.
Submit. Yeah, thank you very much, Miriam. And on the same note, and I say that the personal interest of a politician should not be interjoined with the interest of Kenyans, because they will not marry, they will not mix, Miriam, because at the end of the day, the interest of a common Kenya is different from what these politicians are aspiring. And the reason why they are bringing Kenyans on their meeting is because they want us to buy their narratives, forgetting that we have a government that is in office. We have a government that is still delivering on their mandate. They need to relax and wait. If Kenyans happens to give them the mandate from 2022 onwards, they will do whatever they feel is good for this country. But for now, we have the incumbency. Let them finish their job in peace without you coming out to campaign prematurely. You are campaigning too early, as if you are the only person who will be on the ballot in 2022, as if you are the only person who as if we owe you the presidency, and that is not the case. Therefore, our politicians should take a seat, relax, and wait. The time will come. The referee will give the directions, will give the timelines, and will set the rules for the game, and the game will start. And that is around May next year. Therefore, this time round is the time for the incumbents to deliver. And to Kenyans, let us not follow these politicians when they are taking us to a pit, because the kind of things they are doing, they are coming for these political rallies, them having been vaccinated, and vulnerable Kenyans who have not even gotten the free vaccine, the AstraZeneca vaccine or whichever, and they are following these leaders. When this COVID-19 will strike, you will suffer alone as an individual, not your wife, nor your children, nor your parent. You'll be alone in that ICU or HDU bed, struggling to get oxygen. Therefore, we need to understand that it's our personal responsibility, as C.S. Mutahi Kagwe keeps telling us.
Yes.
It's us Kenyans, at personal level. Let's do away with this politics. Let us restrict ourselves from going to a crowded place. Let's observe COVID-19 protocols that are set in place so that we can win this war collectively. Because if this COVID-19 will be there in August, in May next year, Miriam, we might not go for this election. Who will go out and campaign when Kenyans are dying? Who will go out there and campaign? The government might come with new measures that will see the election being postponed. Therefore, there is no hurry. Let us fight this monster wholesomely, and we win. Then we'll focus on 2022 general election. What is happening in Uganda, Miriam, should be an example enough for our politicians and for Kenyans that COVID-19 is not a respecter of humanity. It does not respect class. This is a deadly monster. We need to fight it collectively and ensure that we win the war and we can prepare for elections peacefully without fear of these unknown phenomena that we are dealing with. Thank you.
Thank you. So you're saying ile scientific elections kama the one Uganda had, that one can't work here. We campaign through newspapers and radios. Newspaper itakuwa campaign adverts, I think, that will turn that into it, because every
if we can campaign
yes,
we vote.
They have been saying
yes.
If you talk about postponing of the elections of next year, 2022, Miriam, there will be chaos in this country. And we are telling them, Miriam, if they are not going to stop this kind of behavior, Miriam, we cannot allow Kenyans to enter into themselves into an election, Miriam, where they are going to die, as we have seen it happening in other countries, Miriam. When we join Atul and others saying that, Miriam, we are in the pandemic, let us have 2022 general election be postponed, Miriam. Let nobody be mad on us.
All right.
We care about the people of this country.
Okay. All right. I think now we're beginning to sound like President Salva Kiir saying, I do not have a problem holding elections.
Miriam, just a moment.
We have to end now, I'm afraid. I don't know if Dr. David Matsanga is there. Not there. Okay, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Douglas, you wanted to say something. Please make it short.
Yes, Professor is saying something. given a choice between dying for someone in an election and dying because of COVID-19, Kenyans would not choose to die for any politician in this country. Professor would make a very good governor, but except me and Jevan and a few people like Miriam and others who can reach Professor from his past, even people in Nyamira will not be getting where Professor is. So we should be very true to ourselves when we talk about politicians. Nobody will die for Professor when he is going to be president in 2022. So Kenyans will choose their health versus dying for a politician. Absolutely. Kenyans are not going to have elections in 2022 to die for someone. Kenyans are going to postpone elections so that we can be healthy, all of us, so that we can put candidates of our choice, not dying for someone. We can't.
All right. Point taken. Yes, me too. I think Jesus already died for me. I'm not prepared to lay my life for anybody. So that's just enough. All right, thank you so much, Douglas Kirimi, Jevan Karanja, and Professor Jared Onyari, and of course, Dr. David Matanga, who was with us at the beginning. Yes,
Asante sana, Miriam.
Yes, he got some other urgent things too. Attend to. This has been the People's Court. My name is Miriam Mugutu, and for our international watchers, I see a lot of you here, William Aja, Lexus Akuboys, and the rest of you. I shall be back here 3 p.m. East African time for more news across the continent. Now we will leave Kenya alone, and now I'll be looking at what else is happening outside of Nairobi, indeed. So let me know what's happening out there, and I'll meet you here at 3 p.m. East African time. My name is Miriam Ogotu. It has been a pleasure. Bye-bye for now.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.